Okay, making felt poppies. This is my very first attempt at creating a sort of a mini little lesson for my students, yeah, so we'll see how we go. I haven't got any fancy setups here. I've just got my phone on a bit of wire sort of strung across here, and I've just got my light that I normally have in my craft room. I've been making felt poppies with students from Kingston High School for a long time, and it's something that we wear when we have our services at school, and students take their poppies home and wear them at other dawn services. So it's something that's very special for me to do each year with my students, and I just want to be able to continue to do that. I'm not using anything too fancy. I'm going to make a couple of other sort of quick demonstrations on how to make some paper poppies, but what I'm teaching you today is that it's the foundation to it. So we start off with a piece of red felt. Now you can get this red felt for about $1 at Shiploads. And you maybe can get him in a bigger red sheet for $2. If you don't, and because not everyone's going to have red felt, that's why I'm going to do another sort of quick little demonstration on how to make a poppy from paper. But we'll just move in, look at this one for now. Okay, so how do I know what kind of size to make this poppy brooch? Well, I was looking at things around the house, and most people have got some sticky tape, and that size there, this size of sticky tape, is the nice little poppy size to wear on your clothes. So I thought we'll just use that as a guide. So we'll cut down the length of the felt, and using the sticky tape as a guide again, we'll just roughly cut that square out. Okay. I like to use a double layer of petals. I just think it makes the brooch look fuller. So we'll be cutting out another square. And let's not waste this bit. Third one for later on. Okay. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to take one of our squares and round the corners off and make it a circle. We're just rounding the corners off, and it can be really rough because flowers are imperfect. There's no such thing in nature as an absolutely perfect flower. So we can have it little dips and changes, you know. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut 4 petals, and we do that by cutting nearly to the center of the circle. So that's one slit, turning around, another slit, that's one petal there. Now we're turning opposite again, so we've got 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and the last one at 9 o'clock. So 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So these become the beginnings of our petals. So what we need to do now is we need to just round the corners, and to give it that perfectly imperfect look, just snip in to bits of each petal, and they can all be different, but the most important thing is to round the corners off to make them petal like. So when I've been making these at school, we've been using a technique called needle felting, where you use a special needle and you push the needle through the felt, and the barbs on the needle grab the fibres in the felt and basically glue it together. Not glue, but push it together. Not everyone has got obviously access to needle felting needles. Not everyone's got a craft room like mine. So what we're doing today is I'm using a hot glue gun, but you can also use PVA glue. Any sort of crafting glue will work for this. But again, Shiploads sells glue guns. I think they're about $5. Not that I'm telling you to go out and buy stuff, it's just that you might find it useful later on. So here we go, we've got our first flower with our 4 petals, and I cut a second one out before, and you place the petals or glue the petals one on top of each other so that you see here how the petals overlap. So you're not putting it on exactly the same. You're doing it slightly at an angle. Okay. Now poppies tend to have a black center, and with a little piece of black felt, or it can be a bit of paper, bit of black paper, you do the same. Cut out a little square the size of the center, and then round the ends off to make it a roundish shape. Okay. So to finish him off, we have a green center. Now, I am a person that collects all sorts of different buttons and sparkly things and shiny things, and I have a pack of green and red and black buttons. Not everyone does, I know that. So a little piece of something green, green bit of paper, a green little piece of material, just something that is going to add the highlight here in the center, and you see how that sort of finishes it off. Okay, so here comes the easy bit, and we're going to glue the flower together. So some glue on there, make sure it's off center, squish him down, glue on the black part, into the center, and the green button. There we go. Okay, so that's nearly ready to go. The only last little thing we need to do is put something on the brooch so you can wear it on your clothes, and just with a little safety pin, push that through. There you go. Now there's your poppy, all ready to be worn on our ANZAC Day service at the end of our driveways on the 25th of April. I hope this works okay, and it was a pretty good practice for me for the next exciting part of my career, when we're all going to be doing a lot of learning from online. Thank you.